Exposing the honey influencer scam.
You've probably heard about Honey. You know, the browser extension that saves you money.
Do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
I feel like Mr. Beast hasn't worked with Honey in years, it feels. He's the only influencer I also know that worked with Honey. Did a lot of other creators also work with Honey?
Honey is a free
Oh, okay. And I stand corrected.
browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
That automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
Free money, basically.
It's literally free money.
Doesn't make
Charlie worked with Honey.
sense to not be using this.
So what's the catch?
There is no catch.
Join Honey. Join Honey.
Join Honey.
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 Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey. Honey.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but your favorite influencers sold you a lie. Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been...
I don't like what he said originally where he said he just panned it off to the creators because the company's promoting that themselves and the scam, the influencer, I don't think did anything wrong. Like, I don't think Charlie or fucking Pokimane or any of them are like, yeah, they didn't know, right? Like, the company claims to do this, very popular company, has a lot of reputable reviews. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'll work with them. It's annoying that, and people do this all the time. I'm not saying this guy is, because I don't think he is, but there are people that will get upset with influencers when a company they worked with even years ago gets under fire, and they're like, you worked with them, you promoted this, they're a scam, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, that was years ago. Nobody knew all this other shit. It's like, it's news to you as well. And then those people fucking tweak out on you because it's like, oh, you worked with Honey 4 years ago. Like, it's just fucking people reaching back. Like, those are the people that are keyboard warriors, bro. Like, those people piss me off.
They've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself.
Honey's about to get sued for a lot. Because the thing is, the affiliate code is probably looped in, and it's not even the influencers that are going to sue them. It's the management companies. Like, when the ad company didn't pay me, I didn't sue them, right? The management company I work with sued them on my behalf. Your manager takes, averagely 20% of the ads they bring you. So if they're not getting paid their revenue share of the thing they brought you, which is, equivalently millions or thousands of dollars, or whoever it is for, however big they are as an influencer, they're probably going to get, fucked up.
I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time, which is insane considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion. This 3-part series is the result of a multi-year investigation.
Wait, owned by PayPal?
This 3-part series is the result of a multi-year investigation where I believe I've uncovered signs of advertising fraud, affiliate fraud, the illegal collection of personal data, deception, lies, coercion, extortion, the list goes on. I've reviewed hundreds of documents, adverts, sponsorships. I've reviewed emails between Honey and merchants, interviewed victims. Believe me, this runs deep. Now, I want to be clear, the views, allegations, and conclusions expressed in this series are my opinions, based on evidence I have gathered, which will be shared throughout. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Honey Trap. Extension. How bad could it be? Well, trust me, it's far more sinister than you might think. You know what they say, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product. And as you'll find out later in this investigation, that remains true for PayPal Honey. Now, like most people, I too fell for the lies. I mean, what's not to love about a free browser extension that saves you money?
Did any of y'all ever use Honey? How did it not, so if Honey doesn't work, how does it save people money then? That's what I don't understand. Because people have said it works.
It's a compelling product, and with the endorsement from what feels like every single popular influencer on YouTube, it's no wonder millions of people download.
Oh my God, I forgot about Cody Co.
Ironically, the very influencers promoting Honey seemingly had no idea the company was quietly picking money out of their very own pockets. Well, at least one of them realized, but we'll get to that later. So let me show you how Honey's been stealing money
Who
from
realized?
influencers. So let's say
Oh, is that how they like ended up going to him or
you're
something?
watching a video on YouTube. If you're into tech like me,
I'm surprised like Linus Tech Tips or one of those guys didn't figure it out, because those guys are like smart as shit.
maybe you're watching a Linus Tech Tips video. Linus tells you about this free browser extension that saves you money online. You install it in 2 clicks, and boom, you have Honey. Perfect timing, because it just so happens you're looking to buy a new CPU for your computer. You come across another Linus Tech Tips video, and after watching, you're convinced you should buy the one recommended in his video. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store.
Yeah, usually like 5%. Like it generally varies, but I mean, when I worked with G Fuel, I think it was like 5 or 10%. It wasn't a lot. It's the same thing with like the Fortnite item shop or any of those. If you ever use their code, they get a small cutback. But that's only on certain things. Not everything. A lot of sign-up codes, the majority of ads that I do, they want you to use the link that I have to track it, because they want to see ad performance to determine whether or not they want to work with you in the future. So most of the time when I'm doing an ad and I'm like, if you use code Joe B, you get 100,000 silver, a free tank, and a fucking new troop or some shit. I'm not getting any money if you fucking sign up and use my promo code. I'm not getting anything, right? I get a flat rate fee for doing the ad. And the reason I promo that is, number one, yeah, so you guys could get the fucking, deal that they have for you. But also because if you use my code or you click that link, then it shows that the ad worked to at least gain your attention. And so that's how they determine whether or not they want to work with you in the future.
So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's
Oh, wait. So sometimes Honey will apply 10 codes, none of them will work, and then they'll be like, oh, sorry.
happy, right? Well, let's quickly rewind and see what was happening behind the scenes. You see, after clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled Short Circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. It's kind of like when you're at a department store buying a TV, and the salesman who helped you gives you a referral card or a receipt with their name on it, so when you eventually get to the checkout counter, the clerk knows which salesman to award the sale to. You can think of affiliate cookies as a digital version of that. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that?
Wait! So Honey rips referral codes for themselves, doesn't give you a discount, and then hurts them outside of your ad. So they're getting people to sign up for Honey, paying them. Maybe, paying them for their own, like, referrals themselves. But then other things they have affiliate codes for, they just rip their own percentage out of.
Honey came in,
That has to be illegal.
removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves.
So anybody that uses Honey is giving all of their affiliate code money to Honey.
Now, if we quickly go back again, we can see what's causing this to happen. After clicking apply discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website, even though you're already on the website and at the checkout page. Once that page is finished loading,
It's smart. I'm not going to lie, right? Whoever the fuck at Honey figured that shit out probably made a lot of money.
Leaving you
It's sneaky, though, because nobody would you're not normally knowing that.
blissfully unaware that anything ever happened.
Do you think Linus is the one that figured it out?
It's very sneaky. Now, when I first
When he probably promoted a fucking Intel CPU and made like way less than he should have.
Discovered this was happening, I thought, there's no way. Why would all these high-profile influencers be promoting a company that is actively poaching their affiliate commissions? It didn't make any sense. So to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I went on a honey testing spree, clicking one affiliate link after another, and it kept happening. But even after all those
Wow, on any website.
tests, I scoured the internet to see if anyone was talking about this and found nothing. Okay.
And it's not even chat. It's not even like, oh my God. It's not even just stealing from other influencers. It's adding that's how they're making money, is because Honey's half of the time isn't even adding discount codes. Say you just go on Newegg, right? And you don't have an affiliate. Like you didn't click Linus's link. You're just on Newegg and you want to buy a CPU. Nobody referred you. Nobody did anything. You use Honey. They save you no money. They input their own affiliate link and then they get $12 on the sale and they saved you nothing. And, you know, 1 out of every 5 times you buy something, they save you $6. Are you using Honey? I've never used Honey.
Okay, there was this one debate about it on the Y Combinator forum, but nothing concrete. Besides that, virtually nobody was talking about this, adding fuel to my doubt. So I figured, screw it. I'll reach out to Honey and ask them directly. And sure enough, they came back to me with the following. If Honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely Honey will receive credit for the purchase. I was right, and just like that, my investigation into Honey began. Now, some might consider what PayPal's doing here dirty or highly unethical, but personally, I can't see how it's anything short of fraud. I mean, just imagine something like this happening in a real-world scenario. Let's say you're at a department store looking to buy a new TV.
Yeah, you go to an department store, you buy a new TV, you hand the referral to the cashier. The cashier writes their own name in and checks it. They would immediately get fired. They would immediately get fired and possibly like sued. Like if they did it enough.
Salesman spends time running you through your options. You decide to buy, he gives you his referral card, you get to the checkout, and right as you're about to pay, a sleazy salesman pops up going, "Hey, should I check if I have any coupon codes for you?" Naturally, you say sure.
Not even that. I think more realistically, they just write their own name in for commission.
He snatches your referral card without you ever noticing, looks for coupons, says, "Sorry, no luck this time," but instead of handing back the original referral card, he hands back his own. PayPal didn't refer the customer to the store. They didn't promote any of the products. The salesman did that. PayPal provided absolutely zero value to the customer, yet they were rewarded for the sale. But because this is all happening online,
Are they getting sued for this?
buried behind clicks and cookies and tracking data,
Because if it's millions of dollars.
there's little to no transparency that this is ever happening. Okay, but what if Honey had found a working coupon code? Would that make it okay for them to claim the commission? Honestly, no, I don't think so. The fact remains that Honey didn't refer the customer to the
Yeah, well, and it's also not in. If Honey, no. This is how I'm seeing it. If Honey was open in their marketing and said, if we get you a coupon code, we're gonna take an affiliate percentage, and they marketed it as that, I don't think that's wrong. But if they're just marketing it as, hey, we're gonna give you free coupon codes and we're gonna like run ads or some shit or to make money, and then they're also ripping affiliates, that's different.
But this scam doesn't just affect wealthy influencers. There are hundreds of thousands of small creators, bloggers, artists who rely on affiliate commissions to support their craft. Sure, you could argue that Honey may have convinced the consumer to complete the purchase by providing a discount. But let's be real, if you're already at the checkout with your items in your cart, you already have a high intent to purchase. And again, this would never fly in a
Yeah, you're not adding shit to your cart if you're not buying it.
real life sales environment. No department store is going to allow a salesman to hang out at the checkout counter, casually handing out coupon codes while simultaneously stealing commissions from the other sales reps. So why are we allowing a corporate giant like PayPal to do it on the internet? It's just one of 3 scenarios in which Honey poaches affiliate commissions, and the next scenarios are even worse. But before I show you how bad scenario 2 is, it's important you understand the fundamental system Honey is exploiting. You see, in affiliate marketing, there's this thing called last click attribution, which basically means last click wins. For example, you might click on a shoe blogger's affiliate link for a pair of Nikes, but you don't buy right away. Later, you click on a YouTuber's link for the same shoes and complete the purchase.
Yeah, it's whoever convinced you to buy
In
it.
this scenario, the YouTuber gets the commission and the blogger gets nothing. There are other models like first click,
I think that's fair though.
where the blogger would win the commission, or dynamic click, where the commission is shared. But the industry
I think dynamic or last makes more sense than first. The idea of marketing is that you have to see it like 3 different times in 3 different ways to be able to buy it, and it's always just supposed to be in your mind for when you do want to buy it. But I also think that the last person to convince you is that final push that's needed.
we went with last click because while it's not always the fairest, it's the easiest to implement. Therefore, it became the industry standard. Now, when it's blogger versus YouTuber for a sale, honestly, I'd say last click is usually fair. But when it's anyone versus Honey, there's no real competition. Honey pops up right at the end of your purchasing journey, virtually guaranteeing they'll win that last click. They of course know this and do anything they can to get that last click, even when there's no coupon codes to offer. Which brings us to scenario 2. Honey Gold, which is now called PayPal Rewards. Here's how it works. When you get to the checkout and Honey Gold is available, Honey pops up and is essentially saying, hey you, consumer, click this button here so PayPal can claim the commission for the sale, and we'll share a portion of that commission money with you in the form of points. It's basically a lame cashback scheme. And it's genius because if there are no coupons to offer, but the store is participating in Honey Gold, it gives Honey another reason to get that last click. How can YouTubers, bloggers, or any other type of affiliate feel
3% saved? 3%? That's like when a credit card's like, oh, you get like 0.5% back. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? I don't give a shit. Right? Yeah. Oh, well, over a long period of time, it actually surmounts to a substantial amount of money. Yeah, over fucking 10 years.
Of course the consumer's gonna click, and of course they're going to win the sale. Now this got me thinking, how much of their commission are they actually sharing with users? Well, to find out, I decided to put Honey Gold to the test. So I looked for any website where Honey Gold was offered and found it on NordVPN. And no, this is not a sneaky sponsorship. So I signed up for NordVPN's affiliate program, which offers 40% commission on successful referrals. After getting approved into the program, I received a custom affiliate link for my YouTube channel. Using this link, I made 2 separate purchases. For the first, I activated Honey Gold, and sure enough, you can see my
NordVPN gives you money back on referral codes. I think I've done an ad for them and I didn't know that.
For the second, I didn't activate Honey Gold. As expected, I was awarded a $35 commission for the sale where Honey Gold wasn't activated, and received nothing when Honey Gold was activated. For the first time, I experienced Honey poaching my own affiliate commission. So how much of my stolen $35 commission did PayPal share as cash back with my Honey account, aka the consumer? Brace yourselves, 89 points, which is equivalent to 89 cents.
What? What? Bro, he would have gotten $35. $35, they give it 89 cents. Bro, that's literally just a con.
Honey poached a $35 commission for doing nothing and rewarded me a grand total of 89 cents. Thanks,
Damn,
PayPal.
dude.
You really shouldn't have. Now, on to scenario 3. For you ladies out there, let's say you're looking for a new outfit. Your favorite influencer tries on something that slays, you click on their affiliate link and get to the checkout. But in this scenario, Honey knows it has nothing to offer. No coupon codes, no Honey Gold, yet it still pops up to announce absolutely nothing.
Oh my God, if you hit got it, does it still apply? To tab out of it, if you hit got it instead of exit, it applies it. No fucking way.
Annoying as fuck. Naturally, you click the got it button to get rid of the annoying dancing coin, and whoa, what's that? PayPal takes the sale. Why? Because fuck you, Mary, that's your commission. But wait, there's more. My personal favorite is when Honey has nothing to offer, so it pops up offering you to check out with PayPal, even though the option is already available at the checkout page. And of course, if you click the checkout button, PayPal poaches the sale. Classy.
Bro, this feels more like a virus than a fucking extension. Like, if I had Honey and it popped up that much, I would have just fucking gotten rid of it out of annoyance.
Honey uses any excuse possible to get that last click from the user. It's absolutely disgusting. I can't even begin to fathom how much money has been lost at the hands of this browser extension. Imagine being the influencers who promoted Honey, telling your audience, who, by the way, are the most likely to use your affiliate links, to download an app that poaches your affiliate sales. Now, to be clear, not every influencer who promoted Honey engages in affiliate marketing, so those who don't are obviously unaffected. But did any of the influencers who are engaging in affiliate marketing ever catch on to what Honey's been doing? Well, it turns out yes, at least one of them did. Linus Tech Tips, who have been promoting Honey since 2017. So here's
Oh my God, have they been ripping shit from him for 7 years?
how I found this out. You see, one day I was browsing Linus's forum to see if anyone had raised a red flag about Honey. And sure enough, back in 2020, someone sounded the alarm, but it was ultimately ignored. However, in 2022, a different user noticed that LMG were no longer promoting Honey and asked the team if they had been dropped as a sponsor, to which one of Linus's employees responded with, "We ended the partnership with Honey due to the way their service interacted with affiliate links." Essentially,
Yeah, they have to cover their own ass. No, this is a good response. This is a good response. Because if they go out and publicly slander Honey having worked with them, you sign a lot of contracts, right? So that's why, like, when I work with companies, if I end up not liking them, I can't really shit on them for a certain period of time if they're like dickheads, because they basically, they usually have like clauses to where it's like good faith and you're supposed to be like nice. You do the ad and then afterwards, you don't have to talk about them, but you just can't talk shit. And so it's like, they have to be like, oh, well, we left them and we parted ways. Otherwise, that company will sue the fuck out of you.
if someone clicked on an affiliate link and then they use Honey and search for a deal, Honey will override that tracking link even if they don't find you a deal. That didn't jive with us, so we ended the partnership. Okay, so they had no idea this was happening, and it took them several
Oh, but then they switched to Karma, which doesn't do that.
years to catch on. That's quite
I've seen a lot of people work with Karma.
telling, because we're talking about a tech-savvy YouTube channel that's run by a very large team. The fact that it took them several years to figure this out, in my opinion, really underscores the deceptive nature with which Honey operates.
Well, because you're just assuming that your affiliate link is getting less money. You're assuming that you're performing less than you actually are.
Linus and his team didn't know, I can't imagine many other influencers would have known either. Now, I have to say, as a longtime viewer and supporter of Linus's channel, I'm incredibly disappointed they weren't more public with this discovery.
You think Karma doesn't do it? Karma does it as well? No.
But surely they must have realized the wider impact this could be having on the creator community, a community they're a part of. I think that matters. And it's not as though they only promoted Honey once or twice. They did approximately 160 sponsored segments, all of which remain live on YouTube. Those videos have accumulated around 194 million views. According to my data, that makes Linus's company, LMG, the third largest promoter of Honey on YouTube. So yeah, in my opinion, they should have made more noise about this. But what's truly baffling to me is that after LMG ended their partnership with Honey, they then went ahead and partnered with a company called Karma Now, a coupon browser extension that literally engages in similar behavior. Now, I did reach out to LMG about this situation, and I'll be honest, their response was not to my satisfaction. They didn't address the majority of my questions, however, they did at least provide some important context about their dealings with Honey. LMG stated that as soon as these issues with Honey were brought to us, we tried to work with them to remedy them. After a few calls, we were informed that they weren't willing to change, so we stopped working with them across all channels. So let me get this straight. One of Honey's biggest promoters goes to them and says, "Hey, can you please stop overriding our affiliate links?" And Honey effectively goes, "Nah."
Right. I think other people knew too, because you got to think, you make fucking jack shit from affiliate codes. You make nothing from affiliate. Maybe Linus Tech Tips makes a lot. I make fucking nothing from affiliate codes because the percentage is so low. What the company's paying you is worth you losing money to them monetarily from affiliate codes. So say Honey comes to me. I've never worked with Honey, but let's just use a hypothetical. Say Honey comes to me and they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you 10 grand, right, to do a fucking ad or some shit." You do an ad or 2 or 3 or however many they offer you, and you get that $10,000. They rip $3,000 of revenue off of you from affiliate codes, and they're stealing 3 grand from you, but you're still profiting 7. So a lot of creators are still probably just working with them going, well, I'll take the loss in affiliate rev because I'm not going to make that much money in affiliate rev comparable to just not taking the sponsor. Imagine Joe's sponsored by Honey after this. No, Knowing this, I would not work with Honey. If they came to me a month ago and they were like, "Hey, do you want to work with me?" I would have been like, "Yeah, sure." I would have no fucking idea. Now, no.
That just goes to show what little regard Honey has not only for content creators, but also their partners. Now, as for LMG's less than ideal response, I did press Linus's team to address the rest of my questions, but never heard back from them. But it's time to shift gears, because unfortunately, this scam runs much deeper than stolen affiliate commissions. It's time we talk about how Honey used these influencers to sell you a complete lie. How they sold you a product that was doing the opposite of what they promised. You see, as I was testing Honey across different stores, I was encountering a reoccurring issue. When I reached the checkout page, Honey would claim it couldn't find me any coupon codes. Yet when I searched manually, I found working codes with these. And even when Honey did find me a code, I was often able to find another code of better value.
Oh, that was better.
Kind of strange, given their claim that,
Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is now a thing of the past.
Another oddity was that Honey would often only find me Honey branded coupon codes, such as Honey 5 or Honey 10. Why would a store only have Honey branded coupon codes? Kind of weird, right? But the biggest red flag was that when I tried submitting the better coupon codes I'd found, Honey wasn't adding them to their database. So why not? Well, eventually I figured out what was going on. It turns
They're partnered with the companies that get those coupon codes to not take as much money away from those companies.
out that one of the key benefits for stores partnering with Honey is that they are given full control over which coupon codes go live on the
Yup. I read that one because then the store makes more money. So they'll let Honey on their platform because then they'll go, okay, only give people 5% discount codes. Don't give them the 30s.
I discovered this while listening to a podcast produced by Honey, which appears to be aimed at attracting new businesses to joining their platform. In this podcast, an employee from the Australian clothing store, Princess Polly, discusses the benefits of partnering with Honey.
What would you say to any brand that is considered working with Honey but hasn't yet?
I would say missing out on converting customers. Like I said before, Gen Z is super discount savvy. You can't ignore the fact that they will hunt for like discount codes and they might find a better deal. With Honey, you can also control the discount code percentage, which means like they will potentially find a higher discount code on the internet. It literally lets you control like the customer journey, convert and control like the discount code percentage as well.
This is insane. She's basically
That just has to be, I think it's basically just false marketing, right? It's providing a promise of a product that isn't fulfilling what it's saying it'll do.
saying Honey is great for businesses because it encourages users not to bother hunting.
No, it doesn't, because that's why they make you word those things in a very specific way. And this is where I'm going to give you insight on ads. When you do ads for companies, not ads like this, but just ads in general, every company generally has a set of words that you're not allowed to say. One of them is COVID. You're never allowed to mention COVID. Every fucking ad I've ever done has basically said, don't mention COVID. Don't mention COVID. Never mention the pandemic. Don't mention COVID because it pisses people off. You can't mention politics, obviously. But there's certain words, and it's like random words, like random buzzwords that you're not allowed to say, and then random like things that you have to say specifically. Like you can't say like, oh, this is an alternative to this. You have to say, well, this is a different version of this, because you can't say alternative because then that gets them in a legal bind if something does get proven to them where they're false marketing towards this. So they have to say legitimate, they have to exactly claim what they're saying as what their product does, or they have to be so generic that they can't be like found at suit of anything.
And it allows businesses to control which coupon codes are shared with consumers. Now, I was able to further verify this on Honey's website, specifically the FAQ page for partners, which clearly states, as a partner, you have control over the content hosted on the Honey platform.
This is so cool to hear. Maybe I'm just a nerd. Well, I'm glad you like it because most people hate when I talk about this. I love talking about this shit because most people don't know. You watch the ads every day on YouTube, right? Every YouTuber does these ads. Every YouTuber does ads, but you never know how that process works, right?
So yes, even if Honey knows of a coupon code that offers, say, 20% off, but a partnering store tells them, hey, only share a 5% off coupon.
And there's also, and now I'll give you more insight on a certain type of ads. There's two different types of ads. There's flat rate ads, and then there's CPM ads. CPM ads are how many views you get according to how much money you're going to get paid, right? Sometimes they have a soft cap and a hard cap, and the different, okay, so there's two different types. There's a flat rate ad, which is where they're giving me money and I make them an ad, and if the video performs or not, I'm just getting paid the same, right? And then there's ads where I have no guaranteed amount of money. There's just like a, hey, we're going to pay you $8 per 1,000 views, and there's a hard cap of $8,000, or there's a hard cap of $2,000, or like that, right? And then there's ads where they give you a $2,000 flat rate or a $3,000 flat rate or whatever it is, and then they have a hard cap of whatever on view count. So there's ones where they incentivize you to put it in videos you know will do well, and then there's ones that are just flat rate. Flat rate are the best, by far. Flat rate are the best. I've done all of them, but flat rate are the best ads because then you don't have to worry about whether or not your video is going to perform, because there's videos I've done with that I've done ads for that are CPM based and the video underperforms, and then I get paid like $500, which is still a lot. But for me to promote a company to 100,000 people, for me to get paid $500 is not a fair trade. That's an unfair amount of money. And then I don't really do those ads anymore. $500 is still a shitload of money, but for me to basically pan a product to 100,000 people and get paid pennies for how much I'm doing it. So yeah, you know.
Honey wasn't finding you the best deals possible. They were intentionally withholding them from you for their own financial gain. This completely invalidates Honey's core value proposition to consumers. For years, they sold you the lie that they would find you every working coupon code on the internet and apply the best one to your cart. But nope, complete and utter lie. They have literally been feeding you coupon codes that were approved by the partnered stores who were paying them. And can I just say, the double messaging here is hilarious. Because on one hand, Honey has appealed to consumers by promising to find the best deals possible. But on the other hand, they appeal to businesses claiming that Honey helps prevent consumers from finding the best deals. It's absurd. Now, when you think about it, this all makes complete sense. I mean, why would any
because how else would the company itself make money?
online business pay Honey for sharing their highest value coupon codes with its 20 million users? That's not an appealing partnership.
I was just watching this video. It's nuts. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had no idea. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say about ads is there have been ads that have been so grueling to work with and companies that have been so bad that I cut the contract. You just leave. And there's some where you're too far in, and if they pay you all, most of the time you get paid net 30, net 45. So if I do an ad and I post an ad, I don't get paid until usually a month and a half after I do the ad, which is horrible. But I mean, it's just the creator space. It's how it works. So you do an ad and then you get paid month and a half out. But yeah, so like there's ads that I've done in October that I still haven't been paid for. But but the way there have been companies that I've worked with where I film an ad and I spend an hour on an ad and I give them an ad and then they give me a reshoot and I do it again, and they give me a reshoot and I do it again, and then they tell me to scrap it and restart. And there's been times where I've done it and I've gotten mad, and I'm never mad at my manager, but I'll hop on a call with him and I'll ramble about how the company's pissing me off, right? Not the actual game, but the people and the marketing people at these companies. The ads that I do, I never really have problems with. It's the people that they hire to get you to film an ad are a lot of the time unbearable to deal with. And they don't understand what will do well and what won't do well. And so they just fucking tell you to just make it this weird, just obviously ad fucking chucked at your face, like download this app, download this, do this, do this, do this, and it fucking performs terribly. And then they bitch at me and I'm like, dude, you made me reshoot it and refilm it fucking 9 times. No wonder it did bad. And 2 or 3 of those times that I've worked with them, I end up just dropping the ad. And I tell my manager, I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. Tell them to go fucking kick rocks. I'll literally just not take their money and just be like, I'm not doing it. And then they get mad. Then they get really mad because they have date lines that they need to fulfill certain revenue on because they have to spend a certain amount of money at a certain time. Otherwise, they don't get paid. And so they basically like they have like $100,000 that they have to spend in a certain amount of time, and if they don't spend it, they get a lesser cut the next period or term. And so I don't work with them and I drop them last minute, and then they don't fucking get that fee out, or they don't have somebody to work with. $100K, no, not to me. I've never been paid $100,000 for an ad. $100K total to work with like 20, 30, 40 creators. If I got paid 100 racks for an ad, dude, I would have been retired fucking a year ago.
With this discovery, I decided to do a thorough audit of Honey's advertising campaigns. And yikes, the ads, the sponsorships, everywhere you look, it's lie after lie. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up going down as one of the most aggressive, shameless marketing scams of the century. Just look at this insane list of videos that were sponsored by Honey. According to
What's the most amount of money you've gotten paid from an ad? Not from an ad. I've gotten the most amount of money I've gotten. I'm not going to say, okay, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I just don't want to say a lot, right? It's not bragging. I'm just saying, like, you know, higher or lower. I won't do higher or lower. I got paid 5 figures for one, right? But it was a partnership, right? So you basically have a lumped deal of like 4, 5, 6 ads you have to do over 5 months for a company, and then they pay you the straight fee. So there's ones where it's just a you know, done and done deal, and then there's ones where it's like, hey, you film an ad for us in January, March, November, October, and April or some shit, and we're gonna pay you this, right?
they sponsored almost
So you're basically a drug dealer, yeah.
5,000 videos across roughly 1,000 different YouTube channels, racking up an unbelievable 7.8 billion views. Honestly, at this point in my investigation, I thought I'd seen the worst of it. I thought I understood the full picture of Honey's shady business model. But here's the thing. What I haven't told you is that there were instances where Honey would actually work really well, finding me incredible discounts that seemed almost too good to be true. Now, it wasn't very often, but enough to confuse me. And there were even times when they weren't poaching affiliate commissions by claiming the credit for sales. These inconsistencies bugged me. It didn't add up with everything else I had discovered. It was clear I was missing something. Well, once I finally figured out what that was, I uncovered an even darker side to PayPal's scam, one that targeted an entirely new victim.
Soon!
We started having problems where customers would get in touch via our support saying, oh hey, I just tried to use this discount, this 60% off coupon, and it doesn't work. I'd be like, dude, that is not your discount. Like, how did you get that? And they'd be like, oh, I just showed up through the Honey extension.
Yeah, it cost us thousands, and I haven't even looked into how far back it went.
At the end of the day, like, you need to make the numbers work, and if Honey is going to steal 10% of your revenue all the time, you're going to have to raise prices at the end of the day, and it's just like a really awful business model.
Wow, so some companies have been raising prices in response. Dude, this is a fucking W channel. That was a nice video. We're calling it there, chat. W stream, I got a fucking dip. Video so game so If you have any videos, you want to play video so game.